In this video, I will demonstrate the process of adding ships to my fleet in the scope of MRV ETS and FuelEU Maritime. This action is limited to the companies. Verifiers and state authorities users will not be able to add ships. They will see ships depending on configurations made by the companies. Before proceeding, note the preconditions for the actions you will see in this video. Company has requested a partnership to a verifier. Verifier has accepted the partnership request. These actions also have preconditions. If you would like to have more information on those preconditions, you can watch the videos on requesting and accepting a partnership. Note that Add Ship button is enabled and that indicates that preconditions are met. Let's click Add Ship. We have two possibilities to search for our ships, either by entering IMO numbers in the interface, or we can also upload a file. In this video, we will add 3 ships by entering IMO numbers. Type the IMO numbers, separated by commas, and then click Search. The system presents a preview indicating that all 3 ships were found, while only 1 ship is available to be added to your MRV ETS fleet, and 2 ships are ready to be added to your FuelEU fleet. Now let's see the situation of each ship in the data grid displayed. It is very important to understand that ship details can be outdated. Ship details which are displayed here are to ease the identification of the ships, but in case you have any doubt, the IMO number shall serve as the only reference to identify the ship. All other details can be updated later through the system interface. In the comments section, you can check the reason for the ship not being available to be added to your fleet. For example, the first ship is available to be added to your fleet for both ETS MRV and FuelEU. The second ship in the list is not available to your fleet because it's claimed by another company for both MRV ETS and FuelEU scope. In this case, you can trigger the system action to inform the previous company on your request to release the ship. To do so, you shall click Actions button and choose Report Ships in Wrong Company for any of the scopes or for both scopes. Confirm in case you wish to be notified by the system when the ship is released by the previous company. The system triggers the emails for the previous company users to release the ships. The third ship in this list is claimed by another company for MRV ETS. Therefore, can be added to your fleet only for FuelEU scope. The ship and company effect date is a mandatory field. It is the date when the company became liable for the legal scope in respect to the ship. Important to note that liability for the emissions before the effect date falls under the responsibility of the previous company. The verification of the emissions for the previous periods shall be finalized before adding the relevant ships to your fleet. Once in your fleet, the previous company won't be able to report the missing data. Select the company taking responsibility for the ship. In case you have several companies in your THETIS MRV account, in this field you will be able to choose the company from the list. Then indicate the nature of the company associated with this ship, whether it is ISM company, ship owner, or both. And finally, indicate the scope, MRV ETS or Fuel EU or both. We are selecting Fuel EU, meaning the ship and company effect date is only related to Fuel EU scope. Be aware that when adding several ships at the same time, the system will apply the selected details of the company, its nature and scope for all the ships from the list. Otherwise, you need to add ships one by one. Now we can click Add Ships Found button. The system requests a confirmation to add ships to the fleet of your company. Click Confirm. You can see that my fleet page is updated with your added ships.